It is both an honor and a pleasure to welcome Myra and Sam Ross up to the stage. Come on up, Mom and Dad.
Anything that can be said about Green Chimneys, about our program, about the children, has already been said. But what really I think we need to emphasize for Green Chimneys is what Hillary Clinton said a number of years ago. It takes a village. And all of you assembled here today are part of our village. You are our children, you are the parents, you are the board members, the staff, the wonderful staff who go out of their way to do great things for the children and ask very little in return. We all owe all of you a great debt of gratitude. As I stand here and after speaking to so many marvelous people tonight, I'm overwhelmed with memories. I'm overwhelmed with memories of the way we started, the things that happened along the way, all of the people who helped us along the way. And all I can say to all of you is thank you, thank you, thank you.
We are on 55th Street tonight. I was raised on 45th Street. I lived at the Hotel Roosevelt, where my father was the house physician. From the day I was born, I had a dog. The first dog was Terry, was tied to my stroller, and I remember all those things. And then off to Europe, boarding school first, then off to Europe, failure because the Nazis were coming after people and they sent me back to the United States. And the first place I landed was in Tarrytown. And one day while I was in college, my father and grandfather were taking me to Montreal to improve my French because I was a French major. And as I came out, I said to my father, I want to open up a school for young children. And he said to me, what do you know about opening a school for young children? And I said, I've been in school all my life. What my father should have said is, what do you know about running a business? Believe me, I knew nothing. Believe me, it was very difficult. Believe me, as I look back, I didn't know what a gala was. I'd never been to a gala in my life. We used to hide behind the curtains to hear Guy Lombardo play in the Roosevelt, but that wasn't our gala. I didn't know what it was to do fundraising. I didn't know that some people don't like to do fundraising. Can I help it if I like to reach into your pocket? At least I can say I don't keep it for myself. I give it to them for others. And I learned it from my father and my grandfather. On March 9th, my father's birthday was March 9th. Was the end of March. And if he were alive today, he'd be 126 years of age. But you know, I can't do that miracle. But I have a surprise miracle in our crowd this evening. When we first moved to Brewster, which I thought was Brewster and turned out to be Patterson or South, there was this young woman down the road who had a number of children, and her name was Bella, and she had an electric typewriter, and I couldn't afford an electric typewriter. I didn't even know how to type. What the hell would I have done? And so tonight, I wanna introduce you, and I want her son to make sure she stands up so we can see her. I want to show you the lady that worked for me at Green Chimneys for 41 years and is now 101 years of age. And when she reaches the 10th of December, she'll be 101. Bonnie is Bella's daughter, and that's where she lived. And the new house that we just acquired for our new executive director was, the child's picture was shown here, belonged to one of the dentists, Larry Greenfield, who was the dentist in Brewster. So we're part of Brewster, and we're very, very glad. We had this terrible accident this winter. It actually was November 19th, and we're still recovering from it. And I'm beginning now to go up to the dining room and have lunch. And I went the other week because we had an HAI, Human-Animal Interaction, a conference with over 300 people. And somebody said to me, I guess now that you're as old as you are, you don't know any of the children, or you don't talk to them, or they don't know you. And I said, no, that's not the case. I do know the children. And I said, Joe Whalen gave me permission not to memorize the name of the 500 staff members, all the parents, all the visitors. But I fake it, and I get along fine. So yesterday, not today because it was too much because of this, I was on my way to the dining room when one of the children came running up to me, and he said, I gotta talk to you about something, it's very important. I said, what could that be? He said, you know the other day when they were taking all that wool off the sheep? He said, I kept saying to myself, could we take some of that wool and make clothing for the needy? That would be a wonderful community thing to do. And I said, no, we can't do that. But we're trying to order a new machine that you put the wool on and it makes hats. And we can pass them out. And he said, that's a great idea. And then as we walked into the dining room, he said, you know, you haven't been here every day, and some people don't know you. Come around with me, I'm going to introduce you to all the students you don't know. And he took me from one to the other. And then another little boy, who is the staff who are here, some of the board that is here, a lot of the other people, he has a tendency to act out a lot. So yesterday, he chose to get into an argument because he was being teased at the table. And he started making a lot of noise. And he came running to my table, and I said, listen, calm down. Say what you're saying quietly. And don't forget, you have to look in the mirror every morning and say, I'm a wonderful child. And I say, I don't know if I'll be here forever, but I expect you'll be one of the best people we hire on our staff. And believe it or not, we do hire a lot of our staff from our student body. And I think as we work hard to develop the vocational skills of our children, and they go off to work, and the state recognizes that with a certificate so they can be employed, is a great contribution. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud of all of you. You're wonderful donors. You're wonderful helpers. You're wonderful people that give me ideas, and I steal them from you because they're valuable for what we do. And I hope that you'll join us next year, and we'll probably do it in Westchester. But this has been I can't tell you what this has been like for me. And there's one other thing that I want to tell you, and that is that right now, there's so many things going on at Green Chimneys that if you haven't had time, come and spend a little time with us. See the program in action. See what Clearpool is like, our second campus, which we took from the Boys Club of New York City. And I can tell you this, that as long as I have strength, I want to remain at Green Chimneys and be a part of the wonderful life that we prepare for the children, for our staff, and of ourselves. God bless you. God take care of you. God make the world better. And believe me, the work we're doing is very, very important. And we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Dessert served now, and then Donald and I are going to do our famous couples act, selling quickly that live auction stuff, which is pretty darn cool.